Don't look for abundance, look for the abundance in your life. I was kind of laying here for a bit and it kind of just came to me. I was reading this book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It is right under my phone right now, so I cannot show you the book. And they were kind of talking about the brain part, your brain when you're meditating, moving from a higher frequency to a lower frequency state. And it made me realize that the addiction to our external world is what causes our suffering. So, in the book, he talks about how focusing on the big three, which is the body, the time, and the environment, is causing our, I guess you could say, energy to be disorganized. And rather than having a clear directive signal, you're sending out a disorganized signal. And how focusing on your external environment leads you to feeling stuck, which is something that is actually a lot of people say. Focusing on the problem is not going to solve the problem. Rather, stepping away a bit for a second is going to help you look at the problem in a new perspective and see things that didn't see the first time when you're so focused on the problem. And I realized that I had a misunderstanding about what abundance is and how it shows up in my life. And recently I've moved into a more practicing gratitude in my life. I think there is one aspect of my life that I feel like is not where I want it to be, and that is my career. And my career is so important to me because when I was younger, I was often told that I can't do stuff. I couldn't do things. I was always told that it just to have enough is okay. And so when I got older and in college, it made me realize that I was very capable and that I could do anything. So I was in pursuit of a career that aligned with my dream goal. And I when that wasn't happening, it caused me a lot of distress. But I realized, I was looking at this and I decided instead of looking at it from where I am to like zoom out and see the greater plan of my life. And I was already starting to do this a little bit. I was, realizing that if I did get my dream career now, what about the rest of my life? I'm only 25. Am I just gonna do this one career for the rest of my life? Like, no, I think there's a lot of lessons I need to learn right now. And more recently, I realized, what? My life is actually very full. I have friends, I have a lot of hobbies that I do in my personal life. I have my love. I have a cat and a dog. I have so much full things. Like, my life is like when a year ago, 2 years ago, I was so distressed about my career, in my life, I that's why I started doing all this inner work. And it made me realize that my life, where it is now, is so full. Like a year ago or 2 years ago, I had decided that if I'm not having my dream life, then or my dream career, then I'm at least gonna have a very full life. Like full, not like full of things, but full, like full of knowledge, full of experience, full like having a rich inner world. And that is where I am right now. Even though I'm still enriching my inner world is rich. It is full. And just this one aspect of my life, which is my career, is not where I want it to be. And that's okay, because my life is so full. So going back to the point of this video about abundance and lack, I realized that abundance isn't what you see outside, if that makes sense. Don't look for abundance as having something more. Don't look for abundance in someone else's life. Look for abundance in your own life, because that is where abundance is. If you go around chasing abundance, for example, let's say you have a cup and you want to fill your cup up with, let's just say, water, the water of abundance. If you're going around chasing water, chasing the water wherever it's trickling, like let's say it's raining and you're going around with your cup chasing, going like wherever it's pouring more, I'm gonna get the water, you're never gonna fill your cup. But if you just stand where your stream is, where the stream of your life is, and just hold your cup out, your cup will get filled and it will overflow. And I realized today that is what abundance is. It's not more, but it's what's already there. And so my message that I wanted to impart to you is to look for the abundance in your life, because it is there. You might not be able to see it clearly, but it is there. And I feel like there's like one more thing that I wanted to talk about. I can't think of it right now, but I wanted to say that I was living kind of in a lack mindset, and I felt like it was abundance, but it was in a lack mindset. Like, for example, I was chasing like experiences, having friends, having things like clothes. And to me, I thought that was abundance, because there is so many resources and there is so much wealth, and I felt like because it's endless, I should be able to have all these things. But then I realized that actually I was in a lack mindset. I felt like these things were lacking in my life, so I wanted more stuff, because that was the external world. I wanted to have more friends, more clothes, more experiences, more, just more. And now I realize that actually I don't need to chase those things. I can just exist and let whatever comes to me, because it'll come to me. And yeah, my life is so full, and the water, the stream of abundance is just gonna keep flowing in my life. And that was all I wanted to share today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.